So day 3, not day 3, sorry. Day 7, which was January 3rd, we went volunteering. So I had breakfast at the hotel, and then we went to 7-Eleven to prepare for that day. We got some gloves, we got some waters, because we were going to be like doing some like rigorous kind of work. Not really, but you know, we were going to be working with our hands. And several of us went over to get a red truck, and we started off by pulling weeds near their like crops to like get them out of the way. But I think they realized that multiple of us were pulling the wrong things. We were pulling like the good things, not just the weeds. So they moved us over to like the pathways, like in between the crops, and we were pulling weeds from there. So it's kind of funny. They were like obviously hovering over us in the beginning, and then afterwards they were like, okay, like we can trust that they're not gonna pull out like the wrong things, like because there's no mistaking like anything. We worked there for a couple of hours, and it was honestly kind of fun. It was definitely hot. It was rough. The sun was definitely like, right on us, but I tried to, hydrate. And we made a little like competition. We put it all in like one big pile to see how like big we can make it. And it's funny because, to be honest, like it wasn't even that big of a pile, and we were like all talking about how we probably like between like how many of us were there, like 5, 6 of us, I forget, like probably did way less work than like one of them would do in the same amount of time. But it's okay. It was still a good experience. And again, a bonding experience. I've talked about like how that is very important to me. These are people that I'm, was at the time going to be staying with for an additional like 2-ish weeks, and I don't know. It was a good time. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, and then we went to the laundromat later that day, which was also a really, really good experience because I've personally never been to a laundromat. I've been fortunate enough to live here at home for my entire life, where I have in unit, not in unit, but washer and dryer, like laundry room. And then my next living place was in San Jose at an apartment with in-unit washer and dryer. So I've never had to experience what it was like to go to a laundromat. But it was an awesome experience. I think it was 3 of us that went, and we like walked over with all of our clothes, and there was like someone that was there to help, and it was super easy. I felt super safe. Walking by some of the laundromats that I've seen in San Jose, like I get kind of sketchy vibes, kind of, a little bit of an unsafe, unsettling feeling, because there like will be like homeless people around, or like just, not the best, unfortunately. But it was like a super fun experience. I would totally feel comfortable going by myself. It was super easy, super cheap, so very, very, very affordable. And then while I waited for the clothes to be done, we just kind of walked around, found some cool little shops and like food places. And then at the end, we went to this place called I believe. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but AUM, where we sit on the floor, which was an awesome experience. I know that's kind of like a traditional way of eating. So I'm glad that I got to experience that once. I saw it at another place when I went to, I don't know if it was like a mall or like a market or something, but it was a market. Like this festival market thing where there was a whole section of people eating on the ground on like these little cushions, and the tables were low to the ground, which I thought is just so fascinating because it's just so different from anything that we're used to. So I'm glad that I got to experience that. The food was also absolutely amazing. We all got to share our food with one another, and try a bunch of different things. But yeah, it was also a good day.